Hi everyone, thank you for joining in today for the scholarships in Australia. I'll quickly give a brief about myself. My name is Zeel and I'm the education counselor at Auss's Melbourne office. And today our topic for the webinar is scholarships in Australia. I know how much difficult it can be to arrange the finances to study in Australia because the tuition fees are so expensive, and on top of that the increasing inflation and given the living expenses cost. So I have prepared a list of scholarships that you can actually look for and you can apply. At the end of the session, I'm going to share a couple of tips through which your chances of scholarships can get increased. I'll quickly share my screen now. Yeah. Anu, can you tell me if you're able to see my screen?
Yeah, we
Okay,
can see
great.
see your skin. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. And before starting with the scholarships in Australia, I would just like to let you know that Auss's has a application named OcuSearch, and just a little bit about it. That if you are planning eventually to settle in Australia, then OcuSearch is a great application where you can actually get all the updated information regarding the immigration, the PR, at what points the invitations were issued. You can actually calculate your PR related points and all. So it's kind of a one stop solution for all your problems. So download it right away. You can download it in the App Store and the Play Store as well. Now, let's begin. uh, Australia awards scholarship. So one of the best scholarship in Australia till today's date is this one given by the government of Australia. It is available to a lot of nationalities, but unfortunately is not available to Indian students. But I do have some other scholarships that are available for the Indian nationality as well. The good thing about this scholarship is that it covers the entire tuition fees of your course duration, plus it gives you the living expenses as well. The eligibility, I have mentioned it over here that you have to be a commencing student either in the 2023 or in the academic year 2024. Your course has to be an AQF level. So there are 1 to 10 AQF levels. So you have to make sure that whichever course you are getting enrolled into, it has an AQF level. The AQF level will fall under from certificate 4 to PhD, and the duration of the course should be from at least minimum 1 year to maximum 4 years. Especially, you have to reside in the regional areas because they are giving the importance to the regional areas because they wanted to develop. So you have to make sure that if you're coming to Australia to study, you choose to study in a regional area. So basically, you have to live, study, and work there in order to apply for this scholarship. Now, talking about the Swinburne Scholarship for international students, for any international students coming to Swinburne for 2023 and 2024 intake, doesn't matter if you're coming for the Feb, July, or the third intake, which is not very big, but still, if you are in case coming for the September, October, November intake, you can still apply for the scholarship. The scholarship is up to 30% off. Please note that it is up to 30% off. Depending upon your grades, the university will decide that how much scholarship you will be getting it. Mainly, they have scholarships for all levels, so undergrad, post graduations, and PhD as well. Now, talking about the La Trobe Destination Australia Scholarship. This scholarship is given to, last year it was given to almost 480 students in the entire Australia, including the domestic and the international students. Per student received $15,000 per annum up to 4 years. Of course, if your course is for 2 years duration, then you will be getting approx 30,000. So 15,000 each year. This scholarship is offered to someone who is also doing certificate for undergraduation, bachelor's, future post graduation coursework like masters in public health or masters in business analytics or MBAs with a specialization in IT and all. So you can apply for these all type of courses and also apply for the scholarships as well. Now, because it is offered by the university, they have given it preference to the campuses. So in case if you're coming to the Melbourne City campus, you may not be eligible for the scholarship. So you have to make sure that you are choosing the campus where the scholarship is applicable. And the scholarships is given in the two payments of 6 months. So it will be given to you in two payments of 7,500 and 7,500. Now, one thing that you have to make sure is that there is a list published by the Home Affairs of Destination Australia scholarships that last year, which all universities gave how much scholarship on what programs and all. So if you want the access to that link, what you can do is you can just drop us an email at the any of the email IDs of our group, and we will be able to share that list with you. Or you can just go onto the Google and just type Australia Destination Scholarship Awards, and there you will be able to find the eligibility criteria, deadlines, the link to apply, and the PDF file as well, where they have mentioned all of these details. Next, Ladrop Scholarship for International Students. This is an early bird grant scholarship, which mostly is given to all the students. This is specifically also for India and Sri Lankan and Vietnamese nationalities. So if you are applying for the bachelor's, master's, or master's by research or a PhD program, you will by default you'll get these kind of scholarships. There is no separate application that you have to do for the scholarship. Talking about the CQ scholarship, Central Queensland Scholarship. It is given to 25. It is given by 25 up to 25%, and it is only applicable for, unfortunately, for the master's program. So in case if you're applying for the undergraduate program, you'll have to go to the university's website and see if there are any active scholarships right now or not. In case if you have received the unconditional offer letter but there are no scholarships, you can try emailing the university stating your financial conditions, and they may be able to give you some bursaries or at least 10 to 15% scholarship. This is usually how you get scholarships in Australia. It is always divided into the years of your course duration. If you have got the scholarship, let's say, for example, for $30,000 and your course is of 2 years, you will be getting it into two parts. So the first year you'll be getting $15,000. Another year you will be getting $15,000. That way. That's it for the scholarships. If you have any questions related to scholarship, please put it in the chat box and I'm here to answer it. Hi, Anu. Could you just read out the questions for me?
Hi, Jill.
Hi. Could you read out some questions for
Yeah.
me?
We have few questions that we got from our audience that are as how to research scholarships.
Okay, so the best way to research the scholarships are either through the embassy's website. If you are looking for the government scholarships, then usually they would have mentioned it on their websites. You can just type scholarships by Home Affairs Australia, and you should be able to find the scholarships. And if you are looking for any particular university, the best way to do is go on to the core section or the international students section on that particular university's website and look for the scholarships. Specifically, they will have the option to filter. So you can select international students, and then you have the option to select the nationality. So you can select your nationality as Indian or whatever it is, and then you will be able to get all the list of the scholarships. And then you have to go through the eligibility criteria one by one and see that which scholarship is relevant to you. Yeah.
That's great. So, can you guide us through how to increase your chances of scholarship, like to our audience?
Yeah. So the number one tip is that apply as early as possible. Don't wait until the deadline. If you apply in the first week of the, when the application starts, the higher are your chances, because the late you apply, you are fighting for, more, you are fighting with more number of students for less number of scholarship then. So it's always best to apply early. Secondly, submitting the scholarship essay. Usually the universities don't ask for it, but when you apply for the government scholarships, they usually ask that why do you deserve the scholarship and why the immigration should choose you. So I highly recommend writing a scholarship essay. That's gonna increase your chances of getting a scholarship. That's it.
Yeah, thank you so much. So another question is, what type of scholarship and bursaries that are available at the Australian universities, and what are the specific details or criterias for those?
Okay, so there are number of scholarships available. You can check by the name of International Student Scholarships, then Vice Chancellor Scholarship, Dean's Scholarship, Women in STEM Scholarship. These all type of scholarships are available mostly at all the universities, but it is not open to all the nationalities. So that is one of the very important entry requirement that you have to check for the eligibility. So yeah, these are the scholarships names that you should have in mind,
Uh-huh.
because mostly all the universities have these scholarships.
Yeah, thank you. We have another question from our audience, that is Zora Khan. He asks, can you apply for scholarships if you are studying from colleges, example, homes, SISTC, VIT instead of universities for Indians?
Okay, so now the thing is, because Homes, VIT, and all are the colleges, their fees is already low when you compare it with the universities, right? So they don't have any specific scholarships, but Ausis do help you in getting the scholarships. They give the scholarship from their side. So if you are looking for the financial support, it's always best to reach out to either the consultancy, or you can try emailing the colleges as well if there is anything that they can do.
Yeah, that would be helpful. And some few other questions there are. I would like to read out. Are there any specific workshop or resources available to assist students in preparing the strong scholarship and bursary applications?
Hmm. There aren't any particular workshops or anything, but I would recommend to reach out to a counselor who can help you write the scholarship essays.
That's great. Also, can you provide some information on the um, specific eligibility requirement for the international students to apply for such scholarships?
Yeah, so mainly I have told you about the nationality. Keeping that aside, let's say that if you fall under that category, that you have that specific nationality that is asked by that scholarship, the other requirements generally would be getting a good CGPA from your previous education, applying on time, providing the scholarship essay, be an international student and study full-time course, not a part-time course.
Mhm.
uh, yeah, I guess these are the general requirements that usually majority of the scholarships are having.
Okay, so the last question will be, can you guide us through the some process, like prominent processes of application procedures before, like you said that we have to apply for before deadlines and all, few those kind of processes to our audience?
Okay, so when you are filling out the scholarship application, there will be a lot of things which they have mentioned it as an optional. That let's say for example they have asked you to fill out your extracurricular details and you have filled it, and then they also have given you the additional box where you can, if you have any more information to provide, you can provide it or you can leave it. So I always recommend that when they have written it as an optional, don't treat it as an optional, always fill out all the details, whatever you have, give all about your profile, and that will increase your chances.
Thank you so much. That was
Yeah,
very helpful, Jill. So, we would like to end the session here. Thank you, all the audience, for participation, and thank you so much, Jill, for the wonderful presentation.
my pleasure. Thank you so much all for joining in today.